Yesterday's video, I told you guys how to start running your first 5K, right? Your 3.1 miles. And I told you guys you don't have to become a runner to do it or anything, but it would be useful to incorporate it into your routine, right? But in this video, I wanted to make it right in the next day after because the weekend is coming. Maybe you've decided to run the 5K. Maybe you decided to run that mile and a half. And yeah, I wanted to give you guys a little bit more concentrated tip and the list of things that I use to run and what can help you just be more comfortable while running, and especially if you want to track your progress and things like that. So first thing first, I did mention this yesterday. Some of the things in here I mentioned them yesterday, but I'm still gonna mention it again just so I can give you the best things that you need to start running and being comfortable running. So this light is really bothering me. My eyes, always something wrong, right? Oh, the light goes down. Anyway, so first thing first, the shoes. So I brought again, which I do have another video earlier stage, and I have the Hoka here. These are the Rincon ones, I think, or the twos. I think they're the ones. I don't think they sell these in the page anymore, but this is one of the first shoes I made. They are extremely messed up right now, but um, these shoes last you for about 400 to 450, 500 miles, depending on how good the weather is, where do you run, and things like that. I use them mostly for running in concrete, like outside in the street. I do use them in the treadmill. If you only run treadmill, they'll always last you longer, of course, because you're not going through different types of grass, concrete, rocks, things like that, and it's not raining. They're not catching water, things like that. So there's a lot of things you need to factor in, but they do last, and they're on the pricier side. I think they're 129 right now or 149, but I caught them at a sale at I think it was $90 when they were going out of stock, but I haven't seen people sell these, like pages sell these anymore. They have the Rincon 3s now, which are not nearly as comfortable as the first ones, to be honest. That's why I moved on to the Clifton 9s. They are way more comfortable. So this is the first thing you need to do. This is the first thing item in the list that you need to start running. The shoes, they're the most important because this will determine your knee problems, your like how comfortable you are while you're running, how far you run, and like how much you last running. Because the shoe is, I think, the biggest part in running. So there you go. That's the shoes. I have a couple pair of Hokas, and yeah, you guys should. You don't have to get Hokas. You can also go get the other brands that there is for running. You can get there's so many. But right now they don't come to mind. But everybody makes running shoes. Adidas makes them. Nike makes them. Saucony. There's a bunch of brands that you guys can get. Just go and make sure you try them on. Go to a physical store. Try whatever they have in stock. And if there is a pair of shoes that you like and they fit nicely, look for your size. And if they don't have shoes that you visually like, go to their page, their official page, and buy them from there. Now you know your size. Now you know which ones are comfortable or not. So that's the first thing. The second thing you need to have to to track your progress and just always be knowing that you're improving, things like that, is the app Map My Run. So I started using the app since my first run, the first 5 miles. I still have it recorded there. This app will, and this is how I know from the minute I set foot outside of my house and I do the mile or the 2 miles or the 3 miles, the app takes care of everything. So it tracks your mileage, obviously. It tracks the timing, how much time per mile you're doing, how many calories, the calories. You can play around with that, and just it's just a wild guess coming from the app. You can set up if you're running, if you're walking, if you're cycling, things like that. So it's a really good app, and it's free. It's by Under Armour, My Run, and that brings me to, which is in the same level of top 5 items. You need your phone. You have to take your phone with you. Or if you don't want to take your phone, which has the My Run app, there's also the app Strava. Strava is another running app to track your stuff, and Nike has their own app. There's many ways to track your runs, but My Run is free. It's the first one that I used. It's always worked. It never let me down. So that's what I stuck to. So I recommend you guys to use it as well. Now, if you don't like taking your phone and your shorts don't have pockets or anything like that, you can get an Apple Watch, which a lot of people have, or a Samsung Watch, or the Garmin Watch. So the Garmin Watch, I believe, is just it connects to your phone uh, through the app or whatever, and it's just to track everything, literally just like my run. But Garmin, I think you use Strava. I'm not sure, I've never used it, but I know because I'm friends with a lot of runners. And just have the watch, and it's easy to use. Bing, bing, bing. Simple. I see most runners use the Garmin watch. I don't use it because I have my phone, and I rather have my phone with my music, and it's all in one thing. So it's easy for me. Everybody has their own way of doing things. So I choose my phone, so I use my phone. But you have that option: your phone, or the Apple Watch, or the Samsung Watch, or the Garmin Watch, which is more easier to carry on. So it's less weight that you have. I know it's not a big difference, but sometimes it does make a difference. So that's number two. My run, the Strava app, the Nike app, or Adidas, or any other app that tracks your progress. That's something that you really need if you want to start making progress in your running and tracking everything you do so you can stay motivated through seeing your progress. Number three is headphones. So, like I mentioned in another video as well, I use the Beats Flex, and they're the ones that really go deep in your ear. Like you can't hear anything. Like the noise cancellation on this is perfect, full volume, and yeah, you can't hear anything, and they never fall off. The only thing that I started realizing now, because I run outside, if you put them on right, you have them on, boom, 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 here, and the wind is coming from the front, they fly, like they flap around and things like that, and it's super annoying, and they feel like they're gonna fall off. But you just have to be like keep pressing them so they don't fall. But the good thing is that it's just one string, so it never you're never gonna lose them. So that's really good. You just put them on your neck, literally they'll never fall. Another thing, the material that it has is like sweat resistant and things like that, so it never breaks, or I've never had a problem with these. Good battery life, they charge fast, never gave me a problem connecting, and honestly they're amazing. And I just saw that Beats just made new ones. They're a little bit bigger here on this side, but they're like this, like you can really stick it in your ear. That sounds a little bit too intense, but they're of course wireless, and they don't have this now. I don't like the AirPods that are just regular like headphones, and there's just one and one, because I've had a couple of those and they all break. You lose them, you forget to charge them, blah blah. This you charge only through one side, and it charges the whole thing at once, and you never lose them, and it's always the same charge, the same battery. The other one's just like one and one. You forget them, you lose them. Like it's such a pain in the butt. Now Beats, just like I was just saying, they made a bigger version of this. They're bigger here, I think, but there is no cable. But the main thing that doesn't let this fall is not the string, it's the actual like connection to your ear. So I might try those and let you guys know how it is. But still, you don't have to get these headphones at all. Like I said, you can get any type of headphones. Just make sure they're good, like they're very sturdy on your head, and they're not gonna give you trouble while you're running. And yeah, if you can get something that's high battery life, like 12 hours, you're sure to always use them throughout the week, and just charge them once a week. So that's the number three. You need headphones just because you want to be in your own space, and you want, and sometimes even when you're running and you have the headphones on and you can't hear anything else, it might be dangerous if you only run in the street, right? Always be careful. But you get lost in your own mind. So you're listening to music, yes, but you're in your own mind. If you're not listening to anything and you're just in your own mind the whole time, sometimes the outside noises kind of bother you. It's such a different feeling, especially when you start running. You guys will see. Number four. Now in number four, I have three things, and just because they're the same category of accessories, I guess. So shades, they don't have to be fancy. They could be $5-10 shades. Of course, they don't have to be, again, expensive ones, high quality material and stuff like that. But make sure you get shades that have like rubberish things all around your eyes, so sweat doesn't go in. Like it's fully covered on the eyes, and it's just the most useful way to use the shades when you're running, because you're gonna be sweating a lot if you're running a lot, or doing cardio or anything like that. Especially when most people run when the sun is out. So you're gonna need shades. You're gonna need a hat. I use an Adidas hat. I love this type of material that Adidas has for their hats. So this is my second one. again, you're gonna have to change a lot of things throughout your running journey. I run a lot of miles, so a lot of miles for the regular person. There's people that run 1,000 more miles than me. But this hat is lightweight. It soaks up the sweat. It it covers you perfectly. Once you throw it in with the shades, you're good to go. The sun won't bother you or anything. So hat, and last but not least, a towel. What I do with the towel is fold it. I just used it today, for example. I fold it, and what I do is wrap it around like if I was gonna box somebody, and hold it like this and just run. And it's super comfortable. And my right hand is where I hold my phone when I actually grab it to change the song or stop to watch or anything. So when I'm done running and I'm sweating my butt off and I let go of the towel, my hand is dry. So now I can grab my phone and you don't have to deal with sweat and things like that. So that's a good thing. So those three things are a must have in your running journey because most of the time you're gonna be running outside. And if you run in a treadmill, you won't need any of that because obvious reasons. Or if you are somebody like me that when I run in the treadmill, I use long sleeve shirts. So when I use the long sleeve shirts, the sweat doesn't get in my hands or anything, and it just so everything just soaks up. So you really don't need a towel. But those things are a must if you're running outside. Last thing, water bottle. Carry a water bottle. You have the towel in one hand and the water bottle in the other hand. Why? Because when you first start, you're gonna be really dehydrated. So you want to really hydrate on those 5 minutes that I told you on the last video that you should stop and stretch for 5 minutes and catch your breath. Sip of water, sip of water, sip of water. Simple. Don't chug the whole bottle because then you're gonna be um, very heavy on the stomach when you're running. Like it just doesn't feel good. The water bottle, I don't use it personally anymore because I learned to run long distance. So I finish before I even need the water. And it just became annoying carrying the water bottle. But you can get those book bags that have the little straw. It's easier, of course. But I don't carry water bottle with me. But that is a must if you are just starting on your journey, which goes with the video. This is just a sequence, part two to the video I uploaded yesterday about running your first 5K. You're gonna need water because you're just starting your journey. You're just starting to run longer distance, and just implementing the running in your schedule. So water bottle. Now those are the top 5 things. Shoes. Make sure you have comfortable shoes, running shoes. An app to track everything, your entire progress. Headphones to listen to when you, because my run tells you when you hit a mile, it tells you the split time. So let's say you wanted to make a certain amount of time in the mile and you didn't hit it, you're like, okay, now I gotta go a little bit harder to get less time in a mile. So my run lets you know every single mile how much time you've done. Fourth, the towel, the shades, and the hat. That's a combo for running outside, and then the water bottle. Those 5 things are your most have. Now, as a bonus list, this bonus list comes from the things that I personally use when I'm running to make my running more comfortable, and it's just how I've been throughout this 2,500 miles that I've ran through my entire life. So, tank tops, the thing that people call wife beaters, the ones that are like super tight on your chest and you mostly wear under your shirts just to catch sweat into that. That's exactly what they're for. So just catch your sweat through the tank top. So I put a tank top on and then I put a shirt on or a long sleeve on. Never run with just the tank top just because horrible farmer stand, things like that. It's not cute. So tank tops. And another thing with the tank top, you're gonna have to switch them maybe around every 200 miles because even after you wash them, as soon as you start sweating, they start stinking and they start giving out a horrible smell. And yeah, it's not cute. So the tank tops, um, that's something that maybe buy a pack of 6 and then for every day of the week. And yeah, that's it. For the next one is shorts. So the shorts, like I told you in the last video, I get the athlete shorts. Why? Because they're a good size for running. The material is very soft, like nylon, I think, and they have pockets and they come with compression pants. So these are the athlete, the Infinity shorts, and they have the pockets here to put your cell phone, and they even have the zipper pockets. If you have shorts with zipper pockets, which most of my shorts do, I buy them that way. Even better because you zip it down, you place your phone in there or whatever you want to carry that's lightweight, and you're good to go. See, you could do the same thing here. So pockets in both sides, they're tight on your waist so they'll never fall. And then under this version of the, I think these are the 2.0 Infinity 2.0, they bring a sticky material that really hug your thighs and they do not let go. So you put them on, and once they're on, they won't go anywhere. And why I say the compression pants is because they feel like you have more movement. Like I don't know, it's just something about feeling free. Like you feel kind of naked, but you're not. Like you're running free balling. But Infinity shorts, that's what I use. You don't have to buy from Athlete. You can find these anywhere on Amazon or whatever. But shorts that have pockets, zippers, and compression shorts in the like under. If you don't want to use just shorts and you want the longer ones to even help with compression on your knees, Alphalete does have the longer version. So it's the same thing as this, but with the entire compression pant under, and that'll also help even with your knee. So I highly recommend those. I've never had a problem with those pants. So for running, they're perfect. Another thing here, no sunscreen. If you're gonna run outside, use sunscreen. I don't recommend using the spray. It doesn't feel too effective. I'm sure it does work, obviously, but a sunscreen with high SPF, maybe 30 to 50, but in cream. So you can cream the areas that you're showing, like your legs or whatever, especially if you have tattoos and you. I should take my own advice on this, to be honest. I don't use too much sunscreen. I'm an idiot. But if you have tattoos and you don't want to mess it up, or like, see, like this tattoo here from someone's running in the sun. I don't know if you guys can see it, it kind of fades away. So I had to retouch it twice, and now it's faded again because of so much running. But that's just that specific tattoo. All my other tattoos are very well taken care of. But yeah, and also if you don't have tattoos and you want to take care of your skin, use sunscreen. I highly recommend it. So that's another thing on the bonus list. But tank tops, shorts, sunscreen. And if you're starting to run more than 6 miles and 10 miles, maybe you want to look into getting packets of caffeine. So they're called gels, so caffeine gels, and there's different companies that make them, or even at Walgreens, I think they sell them, and even Gatorade has them, and they're just caffeine as gels. I wonder if they have protein in them. I'm not too sure, but they have some carbs and they have caffeine. So if you start to get hungry after your 6, 7, 8, 9 mile, you drink those. It goes down pretty easy. A sip of water, and you're good to go. And it'll just give you a little bit of boost to finish your run. So that's it for today. Those are the things that I think you must have in your arsenal if you want to start running comfortably and just being able to be focused on the run, not focused on having bad shoes, or you don't have your shades on or your hat and the sun is beaming. Like, there's things you could do to just be focused on what you're supposed to be doing. And that's it, guys. Like, subscribe, share, go watch the other video if you want to learn how to run your first 5K, and what you should be doing. It's small tips. You don't have to become a runner. Like I said, just add it to your weekly cardio and it'll just help you improve in life ASAP. So catch you guys next time.